everybody. I want to welcome you on episode 6 of the Legacy Podcast. And I want to thank y'all for all the support that we had so far. And we just want to keep it going. But this is my dog from home on the podcast today. So we had to take it back to about, 2011, 2012.
Right.
She is a Long Island native, and she's from Queens. And see, back in the day, I used to call her Lil' Kim. I don't know if she remember. If she remember that. But I want to introduce y'all to Dejdesigns. How have you been?
I've been good. What about you?
I've been doing good, man. Hanging in there. I don't remember last time I saw you. Well, I remember the last time I saw you, but we ain't gonna get into that.
Halloween.
We ain't getting that on the episode. That's for a different episode. Just ain't for this episode. But yeah, so I'm a little jealous because I don't know you all these years, and I didn't know you painted, and my feelings are hurt, but they're not hurt too bad. But I still want to talk to you about it. So we're gonna get into on that. So the first thing I want to ask you, when did you start painting and you ain't tell me?
So let me tell you, painting actually came kind of random for me. I started painting a month ago, but I've been drawing for the past 2 years. I taught myself how to draw. Really? I just got on YouTube where I was like bored and I had a sketchbook and I was just like, you know what, let me see what I could do. So I got on YouTube. And my sister was just like, oh, you're not gonna do anything with this. Like, what are you doing? And I was just like, okay, so watch me. So from there, I just just started practicing. And, I turned all these funny looking shits into some great drawings along the way. I probably have some sketchbooks over here too, but I actually ended up painting a month ago because
Oh, really?
Yeah, I decided that I wanted to take my art to a new level. So I just started picking up some paint supplies and just painting and whatnot. So that's where I'm at with it now.
So since you said a month ago, I gotta ask, you gotta show us something. You say a month. Let's show how you've been doing in the last month.
All right. So within the last month, this is from and you get the first exclusive sneak peek of the butterfly collection. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I appreciate it. Y'all see that? That is great.
So my art is like a representation of life.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of colors and black because it's just seeing the light outside of it, the light inside, so.
That's great.
Thank you. So these are more so the small paintings.
Okay. So those would be considered what? Self-portraits? Or, if I'm
so it's funny you said self-portrait because self-portrait wise, I actually have this.
Okay.
This is a picture I drew of myself.
Okay.
I have a couple of them self-portrait wise, but no, for the most part, I actually just drew different women's forms, don't discriminate. All women's bodies are beautiful, so my sister just had a baby, so
right. And don't y'all have y'all birthdays what, a day apart, right?
Oh, that's my other nephew. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my other nephew. He's 2. Yes, I got a little Gemini, but my other sister just had a baby.
Okay.
Yeah, a couple days ago, August 10th.
Okay.
So yeah, they're both boy moms, so that's kind of what that represents.
Okay.
That type of stuff. I got.
That's good.
Thank you. So I've just been.
What you say?
No, I've just been,
Okay, that's nice. I like that.
Over the past month, I promise you I did all of these, like stayed up to 6 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, having a lot of insomnia, a lot of like doubts in there, like, do these colors go together? Like, is this gonna look right? You know, like, but at the same time, it's just like, I was having fun while doing it. So, you know, no regrets, no
Right.
regrets.
Well, like you say, like once you get into it was like once you getting started into like the thing that you do, like you just can't stop, you know, in the middle of it. Like once you in that vibe, you know, you just gonna keep on going. So it's like,
Yes.
how long did it take you? Like per painting, like let's say like on the average, like how long would you say it would take you?
Believe it or not, each painting took me probably like, because I would do them all at once, and like, so it would take me like 2 to 3 days to do a painting, because you got to do the actual form, you got to do the background, then you got to do the outlining, then you have to wait for one part to dry, then make sure it's completely dry, then, you know, having space for it all to dry. Like, so it actually took a while. That's kind of why, like, even some of it's still not like, you know, completely finished, because I like bright colors. So it's
Right.
like when when you have the dark background, it's like those light colors can fade. But the dark background actually just like represents, like, you know, just the color in the darkness, that type of thing. That's kind of what this collection kind of like signifies for me. Just like getting out of a dark space, you know. Coronavirus 2020 was definitely like a rough year. 2021 don't seem no better, but it's just like,
Right.
but it's just like, you know, that's not something that we should all necessarily focus on. And I don't say that in like any type of way, except for like, we can't control nothing. So it's just like, control what you can control, like control
Right.
your own space, make sure you're being clean yourself, make sure, you know, doing all you got to do to keep yourself, your family protected, different things like that. But, you know, we can't control nothing. We don't
Right.
really know what's going on, all of that shit. So it's just like, you know, that's what got me out of my head and into like art, because it's just like, shit, this world is scary. Like, I can't lie, some mornings I wake up like, what the fuck is happening next? You know what I mean? Like the next fucking episode of The Earth, like
Right.
you know what I mean? So
Oh,
so art for me is just like taking me out of my head and out of the worry of just like the world, because of course we can't control it. So it's like, you know, I can control how good or how bad I am at my art, because like I practice. If I didn't practice, then it's like I would be bad, but I do practice, so I just get better and better.
that's one thing, because my thing is, like I said, it's glad that you found that space, like especially like you said with the coronavirus and stuff. Cause this thing, because during that time, people was gonna like turn towards alcohol, you know, other stuff like that. It's good that you found something positive, you know, to do during that time. And like you
Right.
said, on the next episode of Earth, shit, my thing is, I don't even think the aliens gonna come down here no more.
Said it's too ghetto over there.
They ain't coming no more. Like,
They say
I mean, maybe that work out for us, but
ghetto.
shit, thank you,
Yeah.
coronavirus. Like,
One thing I can say though, definitely with like the coronavirus and everything else like that, I definitely encourage younger people to like, you know, get businesses, you know, figure out that revenue, because she turned my business into a LLC. Like I do this art stuff now, like under LLC, like your girl was registered type stuff. You know what I mean? So yes,
right.
all my paintings are for sale. Um, and it's just like, the reason why I say that though is because just like credit, business, all of that like runs the world. And you know, we have a disadvantage, you know, because a lot of times we don't learn that. Nobody's teaching it to us, like, you know, and it's information we have to go out there and find on our own. So I encourage everybody to like turn your hobbies into some type of business, because that's what I did. You know, like I do my art not only for the love, but I do it for money, because it's just like money is what makes the world go round in a positive way. You know what I mean? Without money, you can't really do the things that you really want to do. So I don't want to work for anybody anymore. So I do my art, I work, you know what I mean? Got my side hustles, all of that. I don't want to work for anybody anymore, because if you're not building your own company, building your own dreams, you're building somebody else's company, somebody else's dreams. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm hoping that this art could take me out of the world and into my own like self-employed boss mentality, that type of, well, I'm already in that mentality, but you know, physically into that space to where it's just like I don't have to work I could just be selling my art. I want to get into tattooing,
Okay.
do that type of stuff to where it's just like, I don't need no company. No company can tell me what to do and
Right.
different things like that. Because ultimately freedom is the goal,
Exactly.
like
You got
freedom
no
is definitely the
schedule.
goal. Yes. Because from my next, I guess, venture after art would definitely be fashion. Like I want to use like the stuff that I draw, put it on like, clothing and different things like that. Who knows? Who knows what's next? I'm a Gemini, so it's always something different.
So,
But tattooing for sure, I think is gonna be like next, but it's still like in my art, avenue. But outside of art,
so, cause you're in Atlanta right now, right?
yeah.
So do you want to keep it going down there? Do you, like I said, you want to take it back home?
Wait, you kind of broke up. What'd you say?
You know, I was saying like, do
Yeah.
you want to like keep the business, like keep it going in Atlanta, or do you want to take it back home?
So ultimately, with my art, I do want to see it everywhere. I really, really, really want to take my art back home, simply because like I have more support. To me, I have more support out there because like my family, my friends and stuff like that. I do love the uncomfortability of being out here. Hold on, give me 1 second. My little brother just went through surgery, so I have to go check on him right quick.
Okay,
So
that's
I just
fine.
gotta pause for 3 seconds.
Okay, let me just record. Pause it real quick. So we are back, and the next thing I want to ask you is, with your style of art, and like you said, for doing it for a month, what would you say is probably the one thing that drives you the most to like keep going?
My family.
Right, family first.
Family first. Like it's definitely my family because it's like I actually come from a lot of like entrepreneurs, people who just like get it on their own. Like I feel like I'm the only person working a regular job some days, you know what I mean? But above all, like I want to just, set myself up straight to where it's just like we all are good, like, you know what I mean? Like because I know that with whatever I'm like bringing to the table, they always like match my energy, and they give me the most support and the most love, like above everything. So like that's probably what keeps me going the most. But aside from that, growth is like the second thing that keeps me going because like I don't know, I like I'm really into astrology, so like I have a
Okay.
Capricorn rising, so you know what I mean? I'm a hard worker, so it's like hard work sometimes drives me. Like, like I'm the type of person, like at one point I was working 3 jobs, like just
Okay.
because I can, you know what I mean? Just trying to see, like, like I'm so into like just I don't know, I've just definitely been on a different mindset. That's the thing that kind of keeps me in Atlanta because it's like above everything, that's what I feel like I've found out here because New York is chaotic. It's like, very much like what you see in the movies sometimes is really what you get. Like
Right.
people when they say like people don't care, like all of that, like it's so much of the crab mentality where you're in a barrel and the crabs are just like keeping you down. Like that's what I really feel like it is sometimes. Like, although at the same time, I do still know that there's love in the city. Like, of course, my family, my friends, different things like that. But in general, it's not like a positive, like, it's super low vibrational in like New York. So out here, I don't know if it's like the spaciousness, like everybody's not on top of each other, like I don't know. But ever since I came out here, I found a mentor. Like that's kind of what also helped me like just be on a different wave of thinking as well, just being in Atlanta, like so I do love it, I can't lie, but sometimes I miss like the busyness, like I miss
Right.
my like, super busy life, like but I've more so devoted that time to my art and finding love for the art, because even though I do am in it for the money, I do still love it. Like I still love the things that I do, the things that I like. I stand like I literally amaze myself sometimes. Like I'll just be like, dang, like that came out better than I thought it would. You know what I mean? Like, or I'm like, oh, those colors went together nicer than I thought they would. Like that type of thing. And it makes me really happy. It makes me
Right.
happy.
I was saying when you were showing me the stuff and you said a month, I was like, I mean, I feel like most people gonna see this, just like you only been doing this for a month, and just think like as you keep going on and on, just think about how it's gonna be like, and it's great now. So shit,
Thank you.
it's like let's be honest,
Thank you.
let's be honest. But it's like as you keep progressing, it's like we really want to see what you do next.
I appreciate it. See, that's the thing that I want to give to people, the satisfaction that one day you might buy this art from me now for like, $50, $100. Like, you don't realize it's an investment. You're
Right.
investing in me because one day this art's going to be worth like millions of dollars. Like, that's
Exactly.
my promise to my art, like to people who just buy and support for me. Like, one day it's going to be worth like so much more. Like, you're not just like buying something from me. You're like, you're purchasing a piece of like my soul. Like, I put my like, like I literally envisioned a lot of these pieces first and then just like, had to bring it to life. Like, and that's like the special part I feel like about art.
That is
Actually,
really
I encourage everybody to like, just even if you just paint nothing, like backgrounds, like just start like painting, like, because creativity just makes more creativity. Like when you get creative, you just like, it just continues to like flourish like in different avenues in your life. And you just be sitting there like, dang, like where did this come from?
right.
Like
So what would you
where
say would be so like what would you say is probably your favorite thing to draw?
body.
Body.
The body is definitely my favorite thing to draw because it's like, it's so controversial. You know what I mean? Like, people look at nudity as like, porn and everything else like that. And like, like not everybody, but you don't realize like how beautiful the body is, like in just so much different types of like ways, like all our different like shades. Like, it's so easy to kind of like shade when it comes to like bodies and stuff like that. Now the face is hard because you have to worry about like symmetry. You have to worry about like, no, but when it comes to the body, you can literally just like form it out and just like it's funny because a lot of times when people see my art, like over the past month, literally, they're just like, you like to draw big old juicy booties. And I'm just like, well, it just comes out like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not measuring nothing. It's just all freehand, eyeballing it, like, and then just painting it, like literally, like, you know what I mean? Like, I may envision it, but when it comes out, sometimes it's like bigger or smaller, and I just go with it because it's just like, life's not perfect, art's not perfect.
Right.
Like, I don't try to force my art to be perfect. I don't try to force my life to be perfect.
Right. So going back to that, as y'all can see, she's in the studio right now. So what would you say would be a typical day in the studio? You like, do you play, your music, like what's, how do you get into that zone?
So yeah, in my zone, I definitely listen to music. I'm usually like recording, like I've been trying to get content, just like painting content and different things like that, because like, I want to show people like, I'm not doing anything super natural. Like, I am doing something super from the heart, but I'm not doing anything supernatural. Like, anybody can really like draw, paint, do all of that. Like, we let our inner child die. But anyways, a typical day in the studio is just like, I set up my easel. My easel's like over here. Got my
Okay.
easel set up. I figure out a lot of these canvases. I like my roots, like I said, is drawing, not painting.
Right.
So even so, like, I draw my canvases out first, and then I draw them out. Then I gotta erase them, and then I can paint. So I've had this whole collection pre-drawn for me for this past month. So I pick a canvas, and then I just like turn on my music. I mainly like ASAP Rocky for sure, Janae
Okay.
Aiko, Big Sean, things that just kind of like motivate me, J. Cole,
Right.
things that just motivate me to kind of like, keep going, to make me realize like, I'm here for a reason, like, and I can keep going. Like, who's stopping me? Like, nobody. There's nobody sitting there like, like, we have so much freedom that we don't even realize, like, we give it away to so much other things. Like, our time is is freedom. You know what I mean? But we give it to so much other things. So, you know, I blast my music. I try to set up like, you know, my tripod to try to get some content.
Right.
I usually get some wine or something like that. Maybe a little more wasted, you know.
Like you feel good when you argue.
You know what I mean? You know, might find me some herbs or something, you know. But and then you know, I set up like then I go look at my brushes, realize that I fell asleep with the brushes painted up. So then I gotta go. That's what I need an assistant for though. That's the thing about painting. Like you literally like if you're not a neat freak, you will be with painting because it's just like paint gets everywhere. Luckily, I'm doing acrylics. So acrylic painting is like it basically gets out of everything. Then I also have my apron that I'll throw on depending on what I'm wearing. But 9 times out of 10, I'm just like sports bra type of, you know, vibing with my apron on. And then just get to painting. As long as everything, and then gotta make sure I got my water because
gotta stay hydrated.
No, you gotta switch back and forth, but you gotta switch back and forth
shit,
between
right.
paints.
See, as y'all can
like,
know, I don't paint. But...
I'm telling you, like it's a lot. Painting is definitely what I learned to be a lot. But like I said, I don't know. I'm thinking about like shit. I wish I had an assistant, at least to just clean it up, just to clean up the art, because that's the most tedious part. But and then I just get to drawing and vibing and chilling, probably like dancing, depending on like, because I don't really have a set playlist, so I just kind of let it vibe out, and then you know, depending on what I'm drawing, I might skip a song or two, and just you know, then I probably take a break in between social media. You know, like, but on average, I could spend anywhere between 1 hour to like. The longest I've probably done was like 6 hours just painting, no distractions. Like
crazy, because I like
that's crazy. Yes, I've literally done. In a month, I've gotten done probably about like 60 canvases. Almost
your whole room look filled up, like your whole studio look filled up.
The whole studio, the whole entire studio, like got more like. So, you know, I've just been like working. I'm like, that's the best thing I can say. But again, I want to make this like it's already my business. Well, it's so far my job that I own, because like if I'm not working painting, it ain't getting done. So this is the job that I own right now. So I'm trying to work towards definitely making this a business to where it's like I can make money off my art without having to like, you know, like basically the name of the game is always passive income. Like when you have a business and starting a business and stuff like that, like you start off like working it and then eventually it has to work itself, you know, for it to be successful. Art is kind of hard because clearly I have to make my stamp on it and different things like that. So that's kind of where my challenge is now, trying to figure out like, did I go into the right business? Did I like, is this a business? Like, you know, like what's next? But I think what's next is actually teaching people to do art as well. So teaching people how to draw, you know, like helping people in that way, because it's like, I have so many people who be like, oh my gosh, like I can't draw. And I'm just like, well, I didn't think I could draw, you know, like, I promise you, I wish I had like on hand, because I got a lot of sketchbooks too, because like I said, drawing I can spend 10 hours drawing. So let's see, this is me picking up a random sketchbook out of my collection.
How many sketchbooks do you have?
I probably have like, this is more so my drawing stuff. I sold this piece to somebody.
Okay.
You know, so I was drawing first, and you know.
So you started off in the sketchbook, and that's when you take it to the canvas. After that.
Yes.
Okay. That's nice.
So yeah, I started off in a sketchbook. I actually love drawing. Like I have a little bit less doubt with myself, I guess, with drawing, but that's kind of what pushes me into painting because it's just like, I should not doubt myself.
That
You
one
know,
right there, you had that one. You showed that one earlier on the earlier when we were talking. The one on the left. Well, my left.
no, I didn't show you any of my sketchbooks.
No, I'm saying, didn't you turn that one right there into a portrait?
Oh, it kind of looks like this.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay, that's the one. Okay.
Yeah. So it's funny too because my favorite thing to draw is actually hands. Like I got really good at like hands and stuff like that, but not painting it. Like painting it is a whole different ball game. Like because it's like a lot of times like doing the area like oh yeah, this is a fire sketchbook I just picked up. You're gonna make me start drawing. Like I'm about to literally like but yeah, I actually took some of my sketches from this in here from this book. I did. Yeah, because the name of my art show was supposed to be called From Sketches to Canvases.
Okay. And it was going to be in Atlanta, right? It was going to be in Atlanta, right?
Possibly, maybe, sort of. I have to figure it out. I have to I know that renting space is cheaper out here. Okay. I know that. And in New York, they got this crazy thing going on right now. So I'm not really participating in that. So, and I'm not gonna really speak on it either. So I'm just gonna say I'm gonna be staying out of New York for a little while. But it is my dream though to definitely do an art show in New York. So I'm actually planning that for next year. So yeah, my current one is gonna be in Atlanta. The future dated one is gonna be in Atlanta. The date is gonna be to be announced. Shoot, I might do it for Halloween. And do a whole Halloween collection, because Halloween's my favorite holiday. So yeah, that could possibly be, something.
So taking that back to that, you said your family was the reason that you do it. So if it's more than one, you can say that. But who would you say was probably your inspiration from your family? To keep going with your art?
So this is a weird answer I'm gonna give you, but my future kids.
Okay, I mean, you're not wrong with that.
My future kids, because I want to build generational wealth. That's my thing. Like I said, the rest of my family, they have their own talents and abilities and whatnot. And I don't necessarily want them to be shadowed behind my greatness. I want them to find their own greatness. So it's I don't really I know that they are going to find their own way. So that's not necessarily an inspiration for me to keep going. But I think about my future kids and I think about what I want to give to them or what I want to pass on to them or what I want to show them or so I think about that super heavy, definitely, because it's just that's I feel my family, my parents didn't necessarily set it up the best for me and my siblings. So yeah, so but aside from them would be definitely my siblings. I can't single none out because they gonna hear this and be like, bitch. I'm gonna be like, oh. But in general, my siblings, because it's just like I said, we are all super talented. My sisters sing, right? My brother is super smart. A lot of my they're all doing stuff themselves. That just has me okay, but at the same time we're all just kind of figuring out life and stuff like that together. So that's the dope part. And my sister, my sister that's 13 months apart, and that sister, the one, yeah. She to me also always been a great motivation because She's super talented at everything. My other sister too, but she's more so like a handy person. But when it comes to like art, my sister was, to me, I used to see her art and stuff like that and be like, you know, I wanted to draw, I wanted to do art, because she did art. And it's so dope to me because one day she asked me to like draw her a logo or something like that.
Okay.
And I'm like, you're so talented. Like you are so bomb. Like, you know, thank you for asking me to like, you know, do something. So I'll be helping her with some of her creative ventures and stuff like that. So yeah, we all kind of draw off each other.
First thing I want to say, it's been great talking to you as always.
Yes.
I'm so glad I was able to get you on here. Y'all had to check her out on Instagram at Dejdesigns, and I will have the information in the description below. But Miss Goss, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Shaw.
We old
I
now,
appreciate it. Yes, I definitely appreciate the opportunity.
Mr. and Mrs. now. This is episode 6, and the next thing is when we get to 50 subscribers, I'm doing a special giveaway. So let's get this to 50 subscribers, and we will, you know, somebody gonna get something. But I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Thank you.